Welcome back to Pixel Plot Productions. Today we are reviewing Peacemaker Season 2, Episodes 3 through 5. Now, we got a lot of heat in the last one for our objectively correct takes from a lot of the fans of Peacemaker and the James Gunn's fan base, and I think you guys will be surprised to see what we thought about these next few episodes. One of our biggest complaints about the first two episodes is that a lot of the comedy scenes felt way too stretched out to the point where they just felt like filler because of how unfunny they were as well. And I've had a lot of meaningful discussions with people in our comment section, all friendly of course, no upset James Gunn fans, of course. But we're happy to say that in the next few episodes, they didn't do it nearly as much. The jokes didn't feel as stretched out or as long. They felt better and more well placed. We don't want to take all the credit, but I'm pretty sure James Gunn, or one of the directors of the episodes, are a huge fan of Pixel Plot Productions, so shout out to them. So episode 3 was actually pretty good. We actually got a progression in the plot, and we see Peacemaker go to the alternate dimension and go on a date with Harcourt. We also get to see him swing into action without his suit, which was pretty unique and fun to see. It was a really nice set piece, I will say that. It was a really fun action scene. Also, I will say his brother looks so fucking goofy in that suit. When he raised his mask, I was like, oh dude, he didn't know how to have the face for that suit. I know last time we talked about how bad these suits are, but I just can't emphasize enough how goofy this stuff looks. So first off, the brother's suit looks like a worse version of the Atom suit from the Arrowverse. Like a worse version of that. And then on top of that too, okay, not everything is gonna look cinematic on the movie screen. Right, that's why some things like texture and lighting and the shape of the costume itself matter a lot, right? So the Peacemaker costume is directly translated from the comics, perfect one-to-one recreation. And the skin in Fortnite of Peacemaker, it's a perfect one-to-one recreation of the live-action one, which is perfect recreation of the comic book suits. It's all the same exact suit across all mediums. It looks fantastic in Fortnite, looks awesome in the comics. But notice how he just looks goofy as fuck in live action. And that's because, right, like in live action, there has to be some sort of translation to it to make it seem more cinematic and not look as goofy. Not everything can be a one-to-one translation. I thought I wanted that before, but no, it looks goofy. I mean, as much as I love the cap suit from Avengers 1, it is a little fucking goofy and silly, and they had to make the suits following that looked a lot better and much more cinematic. All right, enough of that tangent. Episode 3 was actually fun. It was interesting to watch. The plot was progressing, stuff was happening, and I thought the humor wasn't as bad as it was the first two episodes. And I don't know, you get to see a little insight into who Peacemaker was in this last universe and how much he is different from the Peacemaker we know, and how much more mature he is and how much he's grown. And I will say, yeah, episode 3 was definitely the highlight of these 3 episodes for me.
Yeah, I really liked episode 3 too, because there was actually shit happening in that episode. So I really liked it. I liked the fight scene where he fights those terrorists, whatever they're doing for whatever reason. I thought that was pretty cool. The way that he kills them is pretty brutal. So I really liked that. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this episode. The only thing that I don't like still from episode 3 is that Peacemaker is really passive. He's super confused about everything, and I get it, right? It's a new universe, his brother's alive, everything is new to him, so I understand, but I just wish he was a little bit more like Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad, or even season 1, right, where he's a little bit more jokey,
More confident
with himself. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's my only gripe from episode 3. Well, to be honest, it's my whole gripe so far, but it's getting better. I'm not such a hater for episode 3 as I was in previous episodes.
Episode 4, I will say, was a little worse. It didn't annoy me as much as the first 2 episodes, of course, but it's still kind of not much happens in episode 4. You get to see Peacemaker escape his house when the Argus agents are invading him, and you see that whole thing. It was a fun little scene. This was the action scene with that kung fu weird green guy, whatever his name was. Judo Master, there you go. The most memorable thing about him is just his stupid fucking costume.
Yeah, I hate Judo Master. I think he's annoying, his voice. He talks like a little boy. I don't know. I hate it. His costume is so shit. I mean, we have our gripes with the Peacemaker costume, but that one looks way better compared to this fucking guy. He has a fucking Batman Begins neck.
No, honestly, yeah, I don't think there's a single person on this planet that can say that Judo Master costume looks good. You can say it looks comic accurate. That does not mean it looks good at all. Real quick, we looked it up. It is not comic accurate at all. The colors are not even remotely close.
You could literally put him like in a bandana or something. He'll look way better. I know he's like a joke character. He's always eating his Cheetos and shit, but he's not funny to me. He just annoys me.
One joke character that was hilarious though was Red Street Wild, that Michael Rooker cultural appropriation bird hunter guy. That guy was actually hilarious. I love his whole thing. I think it's so hilarious too that Eagly, his sidekick, has a whole ass villain with like a side arc and all like fucking superpowers, mystical shit. Everything with Michael Rooker in here was hilarious, I will say.
No, yeah, I agree. Michael Rooker in in everything he does, he's great. I mean, funny enough, I thought he was just playing a Native American guy. I completely overlooked his accent, his like hillbilly accent, and everything. I was just like, oh, okay, he's just like, I don't know why, but then the what's his name?
John?
Economist?
Yeah.
Yeah, Economist was like, okay, cultural appropriation guy. I was like, oh shit, okay.
That's how good his acting is, man.
Yeah, but that whole side plot is hilarious. It's actually it's something that James Gunn does well, is when he like humanizes his silly animal characters. It's hilarious. I mean, he even has superpowers. He's like OP as fuck.
Not only does it have that mystical power to like see through the eyes of an eagle, but he also has that fucking super mega great sword ass fucking musket of a fucking gun.
Yeah, he pulls out a big ass musket and shoots an eagle.
And that shit's bigger than his fucking body, dude. It's like some shit out of Dark Souls, but fucking like with Duck Hunt type shit. It's funny.
That's rare loot right there. More of that, please.
I mean, it started off as a meme, right, of him being the prime eagle, but then it was basically confirmed. Eagly is like the prime eagle, bro. It's like a meta eagle or meta animal or some shit.
I know. The funny part is like he was right, but what still I don't understand is like, why did economists have to push him so damn hard?
Right? Look, economists can't do fucking anything, right? Oh my god, he just tries to like, why couldn't you just like, oh, I actually run into him or something? No, bro, like shoved him, tried almost attempted murder his ass. It was crazy.
Yeah, economist pisses me off. He's such a stupid character. That scene where he's trying to hack into the door. Oh, he's fucking useless, dude.
No, yeah, that's the thing too, right? Like economist is the most like, he's the most capable fucking dumbass in this show because he has all these crazy feats like, oh, I hacked into the government at 13 or 12 or something like that. But then he's so incompetent in every other fucking area of the field. It's like so obvious he's a fucking idiot, and like it's so obvious what he's doing. Like everyone, like what I said, when he's stalling, everyone's like, all right, stop fucking stalling, just do it and all that shit. It's like I don't know, he's just so bad at everything. It's kind of crazy how they keep making him out to be like super competent.
Yeah, and it's funny too because he could have literally stalled better if he just didn't mention anything.
Because that's the thing, right? So he's trying to actively sabotage the operation, and everyone knows at least some of his attempts of it, like the stalling. But here's the thing, why do they have him on the case in the first place? It's no secret. Everyone knows he's Peacemaker's friend, and they still have him on the case. Why are you gonna have him work on the case if he has personal interest? Like, it makes no fucking sense too, because it's like the director of Argus has a personal vendetta against a fucking D-list hero, right? Like, I guess he's kind of metahuman, I guess, right? But like, technically he's just some average Joe, but real high says he's not like that crazy of a threat. But are you telling me the director of Argus with all his resources can't fucking capture like one guy or deal with one guy? Are you serious? I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Because like everything you see of Argus in this show is just like some regular old office space, like fucking Office Depot or some random bullshit like that. It's like nothing feels extraordinary about Argus. They just seem like a bunch of pushovers, like some random ass like agency. It's like if Dunder Mifflin created their own personal secret agency or some shit like that.
Yeah, the set pieces look like an episode of The Office. It's like it's super basic. It's just a simple office, which is crazy, right? Because in Creature Commandos, it's in the same universe. In that show, you can see that they have like higher tech. It looks cooler, and in this show, it's like they didn't have the budget, or they didn't even bother to make it look cool. They just made it seem like any other government facility, which kind of pisses me off, right? Because they have all these metahumans. They're supposed to be the shield of the DC universe. How the fuck are they gonna handle someone like Batman? Like in the Justice League animated series, there's an episode where Amanda Waller talks to Batman, and she's like telling him to better like back off, and that it's like a way out of his jurisdiction. And you know, Batman's Batman. He's a fucking badass. He didn't really get scared about it, but you could at least feel the presence of Argus in that show, right? But in this episodes, they can't even get Peacemaker. They had to do this whole convoluted plan to shoot him, and then they couldn't get the fucking shot because he was like holding on to somebody. I don't even remember exactly, but Harcourt had to go. I mean, she was saving his ass, like that's part of the writing. She did that so to save him. Like, okay, whatever. But she had to go and beat his ass. Like, bro, Peacemaker grabs Judo Master and throws him across the fucking lot like nothing. You expect me to believe that a skinny ass chick is gonna go and fucking wrestle him down? Nah.
Hey, bro, remember, bro, that's James Gunn's wife. Can't really fucking talk about her. And she fights random dudes at bars, right? Could just casually commits assault, right? But Peacemaker's not some average fucking guy. He go through all these lengths to show that, oh, he's this crazy, capable hero. But then Harcourt can just fucking, like, just one-shot his shit, like, just instantly take him down. Like, oh, wow, what's the whole fucking... It makes Argus feel weak as fuck. Like, damn, he did all this shit, and she just does it in her first fucking time seeing him. Like, it was that easy. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's the main. That's one of my main gripes too. Is that Argus doesn't feel like a powerful force. Imagine Shield had the hardest time to arrest
fucking Prowler. And this was before, like, fucking Into the Spider-Verse meld, and Prowler, like...
Exactly. Even the CW, because I know I compare the costumes a lot to the CW. Even in the CW, Argus was way cooler. Like, they at least put fucking props that make it seem futuristic and fucking neon colors. Something cool. Like, this shit's fucking boring.
You're right. They actually had specialized cells to hold metahumans, unlike fucking in this universe, right? Where they have to go to Lex Luthor to hold someone like Superman. Like, are you serious? You guys don't have a countermeasure or at least something to try to hold Superman? Like, are you serious? Like, who are you guys? So after they capture him easily without barely an inconvenience, they take him back to the Argus headquarters or whatever, and Rick Flag Sr. just beats the fucking brakes off of him. And honestly, the beatdown was brutal as hell. I was like, damn. Just like, damn, Peacemaker not gonna fight back at all? Like, who? All right, well, I mean, wouldn't Peacemaker fight back? Wouldn't you think? I mean, just getting assaulted at this point. I don't know. Maybe just don't want to get in more trouble. But really, like, that's Peacemaker? You expect me to believe Peacemaker? They're like willing to do anything. They're willing to murder women, children, no matter what, to do all this shit. This crazy tough ass guy would not defend himself versus just someone just beat his fucking ass. That was a little weird. But anyway, it's crazy how this whole thing is stopped and he's saved just because John enters, he books him. He enters a name to the database. Like, really? That's enough to stop you. That's enough to stop Argus. Just book him into the system. Yeah, because it's not like you guys have like crazy hackers to wipe him from the database or anything like that. Like, nothing crazy like S.H.I.E.L.D. would do. These guys, remember, these guys work at Dunder Mifflin apparently.
You have to remember the Peacemaker is depressed. That's why.
But yeah, honestly, the only redeeming part of episode 5 was the whole Red Street Wild scene with the birds and the eagles and all that shit. Aside from that, everything in this episode kind of just annoyed me or pissed me off. Just how stupid everything was. Like, oh, I don't know. It seemed like they were doing something clever. Like, oh, he booked him. Oh, cool, crazy, outsmart him. But it's like, really? Like, that's all it takes to outsmart Argus? Are you serious? I don't know. It just makes Argus seem incompetent and incapable.
Yeah, for sure. How the hell is this season or this universe supposed to make me feel like Peacemaker is dealing with crazy odds if Argus is so incompetent? Honestly, just bring Amanda Waller back. She was the one who was actually getting shit done. She was doing illegal stuff, but because she thought she was doing the right thing. And you know, if Amanda Waller was still in charge, that booking shit wouldn't have flied. She would have found a way to kill this fucking Peacemaker, dude.
Right, and John would not have a fucking job if she was still working there.
Got him fired the second he mentioned that he was his friend.
So all in all, I really enjoyed episode 3. I thought it was really fun. The action was really cool. It was really cool seeing the parallel universe, seeing the differences and things like that. I'd give that episode an 8 out of 10. And I'd give episode 4, I'd give that one a 6. Not a lot happened in that episode. It was just a lot of build up, and I guess we got to see Peacemaker escape Argus, which was barely an inconvenience to him. So, what a surprise. And then episode 5 though was a lot more fun, a lot more happened. There were a lot of things that did piss me off, so I'll probably give episode 5 a 7 just because of some of the stuff that happened was just a little outrageous for me.
No, yeah, for me, I think episode 3, 4, and 5, I'm gonna give them all a 6. There is things I enjoy way more than the first 2 episodes. I laughed more with the whole cultural appropriation of Yondu guy. And it was just great. I love the whole eagly part. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Argus things, and and a lot of things that just didn't make sense, that just doesn't put it above that 6 for me. And hopefully the next episodes that come through are better and I can have a better feeling. But yeah, so far, pretty lackluster. But there is something I wanted to mention in the previous video that I didn't get a chance to. I really need to gripe on that orgy scene, because it's weird, right? Because for Superman, like, it just came out, he wanted to release Superman early so people can watch it on streaming, so it can tie to Peacemaker. And I get it, we're both adults. Me and Sergio, we're adults, we don't really care. It's fun, and we like the violence and the edginess that Peacemaker has. But for like a little kid, because that's what Superman is for, right? It's mostly for little kids. Why are they advertising a kids movie with an adult show, and then the first 2 episodes there's an orgy scene that it's pretty X-rated? It's tasteless for me, right? Because if they do a Peacemaker show, okay, fine, do it, but at least make it kind of like, don't make it the main course of that fucking DCU. Because Peacemaker is like a B-lister or D-lister. No one cares about him. And you're making him like an A-lister, you're putting him in the front lines.
No, exactly. Peacemaker's a D-lister, but James Gunn is just trying so hard to be different that he's trying to find obscure characters to bring to the spotlight for whatever reason. But no, James Gunn outright said Peacemaker Season 2 is directly leading to Man of Tomorrow, the James Gunn Superman sequel, which, like you said, why the fuck are you gonna make kids watch the orgy scene in Peacemaker, all this X-rated shit? Why are you gonna make them watch that in order to understand the new Superman movie? First off, that's kind of what killed the MCU, right? Trying to link everything to everything. Like, oh, you have to watch this to understand this, and this leads into that. People got tired of that, and they don't. That's why a lot of people are kind of turned off to a lot of Marvel movies. You don't care to see the last like 10 movies following up just to understand this one. But it's like he's already making the same mistake with that. But not only that, but you're making, like you said, an X-rated thing, the main course. And it's weird. If it's supposed to be a family-friendly thing for kids, but you're making the raunchy, like X-rated character the main thing, it does not work. And like you said, it's just tasteless and weird.
Yeah, it's not gonna work because, like, let's say parents watch what their kids are watching. They get HBO, and sure, whatever, maybe superhero movies are getting outdated and it's mostly just fucking neckbeards and adults watching the fucking shows, but I don't think so. I miss when I was a kid and I used to watch really good superhero movies. Spider-Man 2, the Raimi universe, didn't have no fucking orgy scene. The Justice League animated series didn't have a fucking gangbang. Like, I grew up loving these characters because they meant something to me. They were idols to me. I mean, that's what I would like kids to grow up looking or watching, right? I mean, if they go see Superman, if I take my little cousin to see Superman, I want her to get to know all these characters, have a good time. And if she wants to watch more shows, wants to learn more about the DC universe, I'm not gonna show her fucking Peacemaker.
Dude, right? Exactly. Superman is like geared for kids. Like, oh, be kind, be the best version of you, no matter how rough the world is. All this nice, hopeful shit. But oh, by the way, kids, watch this crazy fucking shit if you want to understand the sequel to this next one. It's like, why are you gonna do that? And it's like, people look up to these heroes to send a message, and it's like, Peacemaker's not the character to use if you want to do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't use him. Of course, Peacemaker can be his own thing and have a fun little sideshow. But you try to put him in the front and center when it just completely clashes with what Superman, a lot of the Justice League is about. And it's like, are you just trying to make like an R-rated Justice League? It's like, well, I mean, Zack Snyder tried doing a mature Justice League, but everyone hated it. But now you're just gonna do a raunchy fucking, you know, gangbang Justice League where everyone doesn't give a fuck. Everyone's fucking dicks. Half of the Justice League are just fucking dicks to each other and just bullying people. Like, what is this? It's just weird.
Oh, exactly. That's my main problem with this new universe. It feels like a very raunchy. I don't know if half-assed is the correct term, but it just doesn't feel like grandiose. It doesn't feel like a 90s superhero movie. It literally just feels like I'm watching a Power Ranger show. And I understand. There's gonna be some comments of me saying this, and you're gonna be like, well, you don't have to watch it. It's optional if you want to watch it. And okay, yeah. But James Gunn said himself that he's releasing Superman early so people can understand Peacemaker. I mean, It came out of his mouth, not mine. They even have a podcast where they talk about this shit.
That's it for this video. It's already way too long for, it's not even the season finale yet, but we'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.